Who doesn't love, and I mean love, fettuccine Alfredo? This is not your mom's fettuccine. This is your mom's fettuccine Alfredo, because we're gonna do this American style. I'm talking Midwest style, what I grew up with, fettuccine Alfredo. Let's make it. Now, classically, this Alfredo, the fettuccine Alfredo, is just pasta water, butter, and Parmesan, and it gets super, super creamy. And that's what you serve for like fettuccine Alfredo. But I'm a Midwest boy living in a Midwest world when it comes to certain dishes I like. So I wanna do my Midwest, my mom, the way my dad makes it. I wanna make like the classic fettuccine Alfredo that I grew up with. I didn't grow up with the fancy where you make sure it's nice and emulsified in the bowl. That's cool, that's delicious. But we're gonna do old school, when I was a little kid just shoveling fettuccine Alfredo into my face. We're gonna make that old school style, and it's gonna have cream, it's gonna have butter, it's gonna have Parmigiano Reggiano that we have here. I got a little grana padano I'm gonna do. I'm throwing a little herbs in there. We're gonna do an egg yolk. So it's kind of the classic style, but like Midwestern, what I grew up on, which is super creamy, insanely rich, but also incredibly, incredibly, incredibly addictive. This is my fettuccine Alfredo, and the first thing we're gonna start with is we're gonna get the fettuccine noodles cooking. We're gonna get this in a pan, and I'm gonna show you guys a little technique on how to make this so it is perfect every single time. So this is a pound of fettuccine Alfredo. Let's do a pound. The hell with it, let's do a pound. So normally I do about half this amount for, I don't know, half this amount would serve about 2 to 3 people. Let's do a pound of fettuccine Alfredo. A little trick, you go like this, kind of fan it out, so it'll all kind of wilt together. So fettuccine's in. This is salted water, not like the ocean. A lot of chefs, a lot of cooks say just like the ocean. I found that is kind of not true. A little too salty if you do just like the ocean. It should be like well-seasoned soup. So we're getting our fettuccine noodles cooking. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little garlic, a little butter, and some cream. I'm gonna start reducing that cream, getting ready, drink up our fettuccine noodles. So let's get our garlic and butter going. We're gonna scoot this cat over. This is gonna go faster on the stove. Let's put this on the stove. Okay, so we're gonna go with about 3 cloves of garlic, not classic, but the one I grew up on had garlic, reduced cream, all that deliciousness in it. This is a quick tip to make garlic chopping faster. Most people, you do this and then you kind of try to chop it up. This is the fastest way you can possibly do it. Smash, smash. So you got it all smashed like that. Look at that, the job is already halfway done. So it's all smashed, gather it up, and then just run your blade through it quickly. Gather it back up. We'll do it one more time, we'll just run it through. But that is how to chop up garlic extraordinarily quick. Instead of sitting there and just kind of breaking it down, just smash it, especially when it's just gonna be kind of dissolved into our sauce anyways. Garlic chopped. 2 tablespoons of butter going in our pan. Garlic going on right on top of that guy. Garlic's in. Make sure our garlic is all coated with that butter. I'm actually gonna toss our pasta real quick, just give it a little stir. Pasta stirred. Garlic is sweating, becoming kind of translucent and just really releasing and perfuming this whole room with that wonderful garlic and butter smell. Fettuccine Alfredo is from Rome, it's from Italy. Super delicious, and you do it the classic way. Honestly, I was giving it a hard time about, the Midwest is where I grew up, this is what I'm doing. Really, I do like the original with just the pasta water and the Parmesan and just mixing the hell out of it until it becomes creamy. That's awesome, it's delicious. But I wanted something that reminds me of what I grew up on. And I grew up on this version. So this is what I wanted to do. Still a lot of technique in this. This is still very technique driven. This is gonna give you that like childhood memory of delicious fettuccine Alfredo. So I have my garlic all sweated out in my butter, and it's kind of becoming a little like translucent, like it's really kind of cooked through. I can tell it's almost soft. I'm not browning it at all. So this is just heavy cream going in. So we're reducing our cream. This is gonna be our fettuccine Alfredo that's gonna have, a little bit of chives and parsley, and we're gonna do the, kind of egg yolk in there that's gonna make it extra rich. You can easily turn this into like a spicy fettuccine Alfredo. Just do like 2 tablespoons of sriracha in there. 2 tablespoons sriracha, some extra black pepper, some chili flakes, and then you have a spicy Alfredo. That's how to turn this in from a regular fettuccine Alfredo, like a spicy fettuccine Alfredo. You can throw some shrimp in there, chicken. I mean, honestly, everything goes with fettuccine Alfredo. You can throw some steak in there. Everything goes with this dish. That's the coolness about this dish. For this, you don't want it al dente. You want to have it kind of that soft noodle, not too soft, but you want that old school way. You don't want like a bite down and a little crispness of the noodle. So for this, you want to kind of pull it out at al dente, and then we'll finish it, and it will kind of be that perfect consistency, that perfect fettuccine Alfredo that you remember. Don't try this at home. Don't try this tongue trick at home. This is for professionals only, or you will spill all your pasta water everywhere, but that is definitely an old school. That's a kitchen technique right there. You're kind of using that leverage. Just al dente, just al dente. And that's where we're gonna put it in here. We're gonna take our noodles, kind of drain them off a little bit. It's got a little water in there, that's fine. Just because these are al dente, these aren't completely cooked. Right into our cream. And save this pasta water, because we might need to thin it out. Maybe we're gonna do it perfectly, maybe we won't. And we're just reducing this cream and kind of letting the noodles get used to the cream and just kind of sucking in a little of that flavor. So whenever you have your pasta, you kind of want to give it a little shimmy shake and incorporate your cream and incorporate your sauce. So push forward, pull back, and kind of drop down. Push forward, pull back, drop down. So, and then when you get used to it, look at that. Almost looking perfect. We're gonna season with black pepper. Tiny bit of salt, because we're adding a lot of Parmesan. So we want to do a tiny bit of salt, because the Parmesan is going to pick up the rest of that salt flavor for us. Now I can already tell I'm going to need a little bit of pasta water in here when I add my Parmesan. I'm going to go with about 3/4 cup of pasta water. Kind of give that a little stir. A little too liquidy, you're like, oh, it's too liquidy. Oh, wait and see, because we are going to add a ton of 24-month aged Parmigiano Reggiano, all up in there. This is the time when too much Parmesan is an extremely good thing. Kind of give that a stir, give a little flip. And this is where we get a little crazy. This is old school. We're gonna do an egg yolk in there. And the heat of the pasta and the sauce is gonna kind of cook the egg yolk a little bit. It's not gonna get scrambled, but it's just hot enough where it's gonna add a bunch of richness and creaminess and a little extra depth of flavor to our Alfredo. All that egg yolk, it's thickening up with that Parmesan, that cream is reduced. Now we're gonna go in with our chives and parsley, because that's the way I've had it. Every restaurant I grew up with in the Midwest had a little bit of chives and parsley in there, and I love that little bit of that like onion pop to it. Let's give this a taste. Little pepper, a little more salt. To add insult to injury, we're gonna add more Parmesan, just a little more. It's a lot of Parmesan. So I probably added about 3/4 pound of Parmesan. That is creamy, it's absorbed, it's not broken, because the cream emulsified everything, and we're just gonna go right in. This is family style, so just pour it right in, kind of give it a little twist. All that cream, get all that sauce in there. You can do a little more fresh Parmesan cheese, but I grated on my Parmesan cheese, and I had grana padano, which is kind of like, not as umami rich. It's a little slightly, I'll say slightly not as like strong as Parmigiano Reggiano. I'm gonna do a little grana padano over it, but you can just do extra Parmesan. And look at that. And you can serve this a little extra Parmesan on the side. People always, even if you have too much Parmesan in here, people are always gonna add more Parmesan than is absolutely needed, which I'm a big fan of. So serve this a little Parmesan on the side, or pass this around the table so people can grate their own either Parmesan or grana padano on top. And then you finish with a little fresh black pepper. So there you have it. This, I mean, it looks like something you want to put in the middle of your table, and I guarantee it's going to taste that way. We put enough Parmesan in here that I ensured that this was gonna be some of the best fettuccine Alfredo you could ever eat. So make this one. It's not the super classic one like you're in Rome. We're not going too chefy on this. This is Midwest flavors unlocked, and this is what you want. You gotta try this fettuccine Alfredo. Hey guys, Brad Miller here. Thanks so much for watching my recipe videos. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and it keeps me making these really fun videos for you guys, because that's honestly what I love to do. I love making really fun recipe videos for all you guys. So like, subscribe, and hey, comment below and let me know what you guys want to make, what you guys think. Just keep rocking and rolling with it.